Hey, welcome back to the channel. As I mentioned in the last video, I'm in a new location, and actually this is my new spot right here. I'm currently nestled in here next to a BT-13, which is in here. This is the whole hangar. Zach has a Zodiac right next to me here that he's working on, and there's a glass star that parks right here behind me, and actually I'm just about to go flying with him. He's the hangar manager here, and he asked me if I wanted to go up for a quick flight, and of course, who doesn't, right? So we're gonna do that shortly, but I'm just taking care of a few details today. I've got getting the fuselage ready to get the urethane on it. So I got these two aluminum bushings where you, after you drill your 1/4 inch, you drill out to 3/8. I've got those epoxied in place now, so that's good. And I was just in the process of just double checking a few areas and just filling any voids that I saw before I urethane this, and there aren't that many, but there are just a few. And all of these different various slots are all done now. This one's for the slot where the cable exits for the steering arm, which this is for the steering arm, and then to get the same on the other side. This is where my elevator trim exits, which you saw that before. This is where the cables exit out the top of the fuselage that go up to the fair leads here, right there, and then it goes back to the rudder. And on the inside, it's just got the mount for the facet pump epoxied in place. So this is just mount to that, and that'll make it, by having those brass inserts in that piece, that'll make that removal if I need to remove this really simple. And then I'll add a block somewhere along here for a cable tie. Once we get up to this member, it'll come across and over to the hole right here. So so after I get that done, once I get the urethane on this, then we can get the control system in, we can get the cables all in. I've got to get there are two hooks that go on the inside here, and that's for the rudder pedals. The spring for the rudder pedals connects to it, and it's just like a screw eye. So got to get those two holes drilled for that. Super simple, no big deal. Then I'll take the floorboard out. I got these kind of rounded off and smoothed out here, so that's ready. This is all ready to be urethaned up front, and yeah, then we'll keep cruising along here. And when I urethane that, I'll also go ahead and start putting the urethane on the instrument panel, get that all sealed up, the headrest, just kind of anything associated with the fuselage at the moment, and then I'll move on from there, and then we'll start doing the tail surfaces, and then we'll jump to the wings. So, and I'm going to cover in the same sequence. So as soon as everything's rigged and I can cover, I'm going to cover the fuselage first. The landing gear, we still have to route the leading edge and trailing edge on the landing gear here, so we'll get to that so that we can get those urethane and covered at the same time. We'll do those, we'll do the fuselage, we'll do the tail feathers, and then we'll cover in that, like I said, we'll just cover in that same sequence. So cool. All right, so Gus went to grab some fuel. He's going to come back, and then we're going to go flying, and then when I come back, then I'll work on just a few more things. All right, it's good to be back. All right, so we're back from Plein. It was a beautiful day out there. You can see Catalina Island just clear as a bell, and all the way to the mountains to the north. It was just pretty amazing. So anyway, how I'm doing this, how I'm gonna route these edges is, what I've done is I've put a 3/8 router bit in here, and it looks like if I'm just gonna run the I'm gonna run the bearing so that the bit itself is cutting just below the center line, because I gotta leave enough material where the bearing's got something to ride on when I flip it over. So I'm gonna take something that's in this range and just check it real quick before I do it. Just want to see what happens. I believe this piece should be three-quarters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of 16th material here. When I check the other side, but anyway, let's give this a shot and see what happens here. How about we plug it in? Now it helps. Then we'll flip it over. Then I'm just going to need a little piece of 16, which I've got back here. I'll just take something and glue it on real quick. All right, let's run a quick test here. All right, so I've got 7/8 of an inch here where I added that piece on, and as you can see, that actually worked out really well. It just leaves me a small ridge. Turn it this way so you can see it. It just leaves me a small ridge running right down the center. All I got to do is lightly sand that off, and we're in business. So, all right. Let's get this up here. And we'll make sure we can get the router in there. Yep. All right. Let's do it. Just flip her over. And here we go. I'm just gonna hit that with some 80 grit. Okay, so I got those rounded off, taken care of. Those all look good, and that worked out really nice. That was the Glass Star that we went flying in. Really nice. I mean, you saw the picture. So yeah, so I got a whole bunch of stuff taken care of here that I wanted to. And I got all these gaps. There was just a number of small gaps that I found that I filled. And so now the whole rear of the fuselage and pretty much up to here, because I got this all sanded out around the cockpit area, and then I got the block for the fuel pump down there. And then I was epoxying a couple things there. I got these aluminum tubes epoxied in that are for the pins for the spar carry through. And yeah, so I got a few things done and a really nice flight. Anyway, hey, thanks for hanging out with me. It's great to be back in the shop. We should be making some really good progress now. So, all right, I'll catch you later.